What's up, guys? Back here with 25 iOS 12 changes and features. If you look really closely, you can see that the FaceTime icon has been updated and is now similar to the camera icon. You can see that the icon itself is more rounded off. In the control center now, the Do Not Disturb button is now 3D touch. So you can enable Do Not Disturb for 1 hour until this evening or until you leave this location. So if you have a device that has a home button and you're within an app within a folder, you can now press the home button and you don't have to wait for the folder animation to close. In iOS 12, I've noticed that RAM management has gotten so much better. I can have all these apps open and I can start from over here and it will be right where I left off. Even though a lot of people wanted to believe that there was going to be a dark mode in iOS 12, according to developer Rambo, it is not going to be coming anytime soon. Come on, Apple, give us dark mode. Within Siri Spotlight search, you can now 3D touch on a recommendation, and you just get a small summary. I don't know what the point of this is, but you just get a small summary of what the recommendation is. Reachability can also be used on the lock screen, so if you have a notification that's up here, you can just double tap and you will get the reachability drop down. Another thing that you can also use reachability thing in is in the shutdown menu. You can also use reachability and you can power off your display instead of having to go all the way back up here. You can just double tap and power off your phone. So in Safari, you can now use landscape mode on all devices. Before, this was previously just for Plus models, but now you can use it on all models and you will get tabs up here like you regularly would do, like on the iPad or the Plus models. The tabs are now rounded when previously they were more squared off. In Snapchat, and when connected to Bluetooth and you go to record, you will no longer get a lag. In messages, the default calling is now FaceTime audio. Now, I know a lot of people aren't happy about this because if you use FaceTime audio, you will more than likely use a lot more data. When sending a quick photo in messages, you will now get this edit screen and you can edit the picture before you send it off. So now in iOS 12, Apple has made new guidelines for the App Store that force third-party applications to make their descriptions more detailed about what they update within the application. When going to music and going to an artist's page, you will now see a bit of an art change in iOS 12. As you can see here, just a little update. In iOS 12, Apple has fixed one of the biggest issues that iOS 11 had, and that is ramped up CPU usage. Now, with new technology, Apple's able to ramp up the CPU when needed the most. And before in iOS 11, it took a little bit for the CPU to ramp up, and so there's always a small lag in everything. A big battery problem that iOS 11 had was when the batteries dropped below 5%, the phone would start lagging and it would get real slow and you can just feel it bugging out. While iOS 12, that has now been fixed. So if you had that problem, and once iOS 12 comes out, you will see a big difference. In clock and in bedtime, you will now get the option to enable Do Not Disturb during bedtime. So it is more convenient than having to go into settings. Now, something crazy, if you look closely right here, they spell Do Not Disturb wrong. They put Do No Disturb. In settings and you search for something, you will now get a lot more options than before. Before you get about maybe no more than 6 options. Now you just get a long list of different options. In settings and in cellular data, a thought to be new feature that allowed you to delete your current period is actually a bug. As you can see, it allows you to be able to delete all these things. But if you just click on it, nothing happens. So while in Spotlight Search, I was just in Spotlight Search and I just got this bug and it won't let me do anything. I can turn off the screen, turn it back on, and it takes me back here. As you can see, it doesn't let me do anything. Try shutting it down. Nope, it doesn't let me shut down, so I'm going to do a force restart. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, so force restarting the device did work. Let's try that again. Okay, it didn't do it this time, but that's kind of what happened. As 3D touch then cancel, and it completely froze up. Go in settings and in location services, click on system services, and you now get the option to allow location for do not disturb. Now if you want to get, you usually get a screen saying good morning after do not disturb is disabled. Well, if you want to get that screen, you will enable location services, and you will get that screen that tells you good morning, and it gives you the weather update. Within settings and password and accounts, you now get the option to enable autofill passwords. Developer Rambo has found in iOS 12 code for the iPad that it's possible that Face ID will be coming to the iPad. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below.